Welcome to this video, where I'll walk you through my lead generation scraping project. In this project, I'll show you how I built an automated system using web scraping techniques to extract valuable data from the web, and how I use that data to generate personalized email icebreakers with AI based on company profiles. Let's dive in. Step 1. So how do we actually find some leads? Their names, companies, and other details. For this project, I chose LinkedIn Sales Navigator as the lead source. In this step, we simply copy the HTML body of the Sales Navigator search results page. After that, we give a name to the output file, for example, test.csv, where all the extracted lead data will be stored. Then just click the Run Step 1 button to begin the extraction process. This step pulls out all the key details from the HTML, such as the company profile URL, full name, company name, job position, summary, and more, and saves them into the specified CSV file. Now, there's a catch. Each page only contains up to 25 leads. We simply go to the next page, copy the new HTML body, paste it into the same text box, and run the step again. As long as we don't change the CSV file name, new leads will automatically be appended to the end of the file. And that wraps up step 1. Step 2. So in this step, we'll filter out any rows that are missing a company URL, since they won't be useful for the next steps. To get started, simply click the drop-down labeled Select a CSV file, which will show a list of all the lead files we previously extracted from Sales Navigator. If you have multiple CSVs, they'll all appear in this dropdown. Just select the one you want to process, and then click the Run Step 2 button. That's it for Step 2. Now our data is cleaned up and ready for the next phase. Step 3. Now here's another challenge: messy lead names. Often names from LinkedIn include things like job titles, academic titles like prof or doctor, and even emojis. So how do we fix this? In this step, we use OpenAI's intelligence to clean up the names automatically. The script sends each name to OpenAI with a custom prompt, asking it to return just the clean professional first and last name, nothing more. And don't worry about performance. No matter how many leads we have, the script runs in parallel, using 10 threads to speed things up. To run this step, just select the previously cleaned CSV file from the dropdown, and then click Run Step 3. And just like that, we've got clean names, and Step 3 is done. Step 5. Now let's take things a bit further. At this point, we've got clean lead names and company URLs. So it's time to extract two more valuable pieces of information: the company domain and the About Us text from their LinkedIn profiles. These details are essential for creating highly personalized email icebreakers later on. To do this, the script uses Selenium to automatically visit each company's LinkedIn profile and scrape both the company website domain and the About section. Because this process can take some time, especially when processing large batches, we've added several smart features to help manage it efficiently. First, the script runs in parallel threads and works independently of the UI. That means you can start the job and continue using the app. For example, go find more leads on Sales Navigator without any interruption. You'll also see a few connection properties you can configure before starting. Maximum rows to process controls how many leads will be processed in this session. Batch size determines how many leads are processed at once before saving to CSV. This reduces overhead and saves time. It also protects your progress, so even if something crashes, you won't lose much. Delete rows with no website. Optionally remove leads without a valid domain, since those can't be used for email lookup. Commemorate lets you skip a number of rows if you want to resume processing from a certain point. This is especially useful if you pause a job and want to continue it later. The script even creates a tracking column in the CSV to mark process rows and avoid duplication. And here's a cool feature: every job run in this step gets a unique ID, and row-level progress is stored in JSON files. This means you can track the history of all your jobs, whether they were processed, stopped, or still running. You can view job history using the Select Running Job dropdown, which keeps a full list of all past job sessions. Once your settings are configured, just click Run Step and let the automation do the heavy lifting. Steps 6 and 7. Now that we've got clean names and company domains for each lead, it's time to find and verify their email addresses. These two steps work in a similar way, but handle two different parts of the process. Step 6 is for finding emails, and Step 7 is for verifying them to make sure they're real and safe to contact. To do this, we tap into a few popular email lookup and verification websites using their free trial quotas. But there's a catch. Most of these services only allow 5 to 10 lookups per IP address per day. So how do we get around this? Simple. We use Tor for anonymous IP rotation. Every time the script hits a lookup limit, it automatically rotates to a new IP through the Tor network. This gives us access to many IPs, meaning we can find and verify many more emails than a normal session would allow. There's even a setting called Tor Restart Interval, which controls how often Tor is restarted proactively, helping avoid hitting lookup limits in the first place. Once these steps are complete, we end up with a list of verified email addresses, ready for outreach, and filtered to reduce the risk of hitting spam filters from sending to invalid or non-existent emails. With emails in hand, we're now ready to move to the final step: creating personalized icebreakers with AI. Step 8. Now we've got everything we need: clean names, verified emails, and company information. But remember that About Us text we scraped earlier from each company's profile? This is where it becomes incredibly powerful. In this final step, we use that About section to generate personalized icebreakers for each lead, making it sound like we've taken the time to research their business. I've created a set of industry-specific prompts you can choose from, or you can simply use the default agent, which works well across most industries. The script sends the data to OpenAI, and in return, we get 1 to 2 short personalized sentences, ideal for opening an email in a natural, relevant way. These icebreakers can then be inserted directly into your email templates, helping you stand out and build trust. Once this is done, you can import the final CSV, complete with verified emails and AI-generated icebreakers, into any email outreach tool, such as Instantly.ai, and launch a mass campaign that's still highly personalized. And that's it. Your fully automated, AI-powered lead generation pipeline is complete. Enjoy it, and happy prospecting. And one thing I almost forgot to mention. All of the scripts include verbose logging and proper error handling. So even if something unexpected happens and it wasn't directly handled in the code, you'll still find all the details clearly logged. This makes it easy to track down issues and take the right steps to fix them. Nothing gets lost, and you stay in control.